please take a moment to increase the brightness on your device for optimal viewing. How's everybody doing today? I was thinking about trips that I've been on, road trips when I was a kid. There was a few of them. But one of them I remember was when my dad and my stepmom took us to Yellowstone National Park. They always joke about how I was about maybe somewhere between 12 and 14, and I was really into comic books. And it just, they remind me that they would like say, "Hey, Aaron, look over there. There's this animal. Look at the moose, or look at the Grand Tetons," and I'd be just kind of like, yeah, and I'd just like put my face back into the comic book as we were driving along, and but I did look, and I just do remember the things that I saw. I remember going to just remember just the wide expanses of land that we're driving through to get out to Yellowstone. And I remember how you could see, like, for miles, you could see big thunder storms happening miles away, and seeing trains just look like they were miles long, just going and going off in the distance, and never seen trains that long before. I also remember when we got to Yellowstone, the smell. I mean, it was just, the place reeks of sulfur. I mean, it's beautiful, but the whole place is like geysers. So there's just nothing but like sulfur bubbling up. So I just remember having to put a pillow over my face because it just stinks so bad. And then we saw like mountain goats, and we saw, bear. I don't know if we saw any bear. Like, I think we saw one like running across the road at like the middle of the night at some point. But we saw moose, and then one time we were driving down this road, and we couldn't. We stopped. We had to stop because right in the middle of the road was this guy. We saw a bison, and he was just standing in the middle of the road, not doing anything. He just sort of turned and he looked at us. And we were warned that, don't challenge these guys. Try not to antagonize them because they will charge. And, last thing we wanted was him to attack the car. That would not have been good. So we ended up just having to sit there and wait for him. So he just sort of took his time staring at us. And eventually he moved, but it was tense because, we didn't know what to expect. We didn't see one of these things before in real life or in the wild. Actually, in San Francisco, there's a park. I don't know if it's still there, but they have some bison in the park, and you can look at them, but behind a fence. You're in no danger of them charging. But yeah, so we had to stand there, and it was amazing to see something like that up close. I mean, it was only a few feet away from us. And so just to see something that massive was it was amazing to see, but it was also scary. And that was just one of the things that we saw there that was stuff that that I'd never seen before, and never was a surprise to me. And I still remember back to this because I don't think I've ever been that close to something that big with no fence or anything between us. And I'm so sure some people probably see these all the time, but for a kid from the Bay Area in California, it was definitely a unique thing. I don't know if you guys had to deal with anything like that, seeing something that big up close. I need to get started into my pencils. I take too long in the blues, so make sure that I get this so you guys can see a little bit better what I'm doing. But I want to go back to Yellowstone. I'd like to take my wife and daughter there. I think it's definitely a cool experience for anybody to go to, but especially for a little kid. I mean, there's so many just interesting geological things going on. Like, even besides the animals are cool, but like just like the geysers and the little hot springs. And just the scenes. I mean, when you're driving through the forest, or you just look out and you see the mountains. In California, we do have mountains, but nothing is, I don't think, stunning as some of the scenes that you see out Yellowstone way. But yeah, even like the sunsets there, incredible. I don't think I've seen sky like that. We traveled. We didn't just go there. We were visiting my stepmom's family in Montana, so we got to see. We went on a rafting trip, whitewater rafting trip. That was pretty fun too. But yeah, I love that part of the country, and I wish I could see it more often. I wonder what it must be like just to live there and you see that every day. Do you get up and do you just marvel at the scenery, or does it become, just like every day for you? Because I know where I live, or where I used to live in California, when people see the beaches and the mountains that we have, people love it. But it comes every day, so it's not. You take it for granted. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this camera. I tend to get into what I'm doing and sort of lose track of the rest of the world. I need to remember to look up so you guys can see what I'm seeing. I wonder if any of you've had any closer encounters with these guys that may have been not so nice or may have been nice. I don't know. They seem pretty fearsome to me. I don't know. I want to test that out. But I've seen videos of people just going up to these things like it's crazy. Like, what are you doing? Things are massive and they've got horns. They've got sharp parts and they're heavy. They don't seem like they like to be trifled with. Sorry, move this down here. I like drawing animals, like sketching animals. I used to, when I was being mentored by one of the storyboard artists that I met when I was working on James and the Giant Peach. A couple times we went out to the zoo and we would just sketch animals just to get like the poses and the movements. And then I started doing it on my own. It's really kind of a fun exercise for me to do because I got to see the animals, but I also got to learn how to do more gesture drawing and just hone my sketching skills. And I think that's kind of where I got this kind of sketchy style is when I started doing these, going to the zoo. Because I remember when I was younger, I used to draw just really just lines. I mean, but there was no construction underneath, so things were a lot flatter. And I could do more construction here, sure. But, just want to give you an idea of what's going on. Again, I just wanted to thank you guys for watching the page, and liking it, and being a follower is much appreciated. I'm excited because every time I draw, I get a little bit more confidence in what I'm doing. So I don't feel like second guessing what I'm doing and trying to figure out what decisions I make while I draw. So that's helping me, I think, be a better artist. And I'm hoping it will just continue to grow because then I can just do better quality stuff for you guys. So this is kind of, it's for you, it's for me too. I've hadn't drawn for so long that I think I definitely lost confidence, but also my skills never grew. So I just kind of froze in time. So I feel 20 years behind in what I'm doing. And hopefully, because I already have skill from before, everything will start warming up and maybe I can make up for some lost time. I wonder, are there other people out there who had things that they did when they were younger and somehow got away from and have a real difficult time when they try to get back into it? Because if you do, I feel for you. I've been there. I was there for 20 years. And, you know, you guys are helping me to not just stop, because normally I wouldn't have an incentive, you know, to continue. Like I might just start drawing for a day or two and then just stop again. But, I'm doing this for a few reasons. One, because I want to help my family, and this is a way that I can uniquely do that. Something that I bring to the table that nobody else can do quite like what I do. But also, it's a part that I felt that I had lost, and I'm grateful to all of you guys for helping me stay on track, because I feel like I have to do this now. And I like it too. So everybody's helping everybody. If you like what I'm doing, if you could just follow this page. I'm also on YouTube. I'd really appreciate it if any of you guys do YouTube also. I'm on YouTube. If you could follow over there, that would be huge, because I want to try to grow that too. And I'm also on Instagram. So if you just want to see the finished product of what I worked on, then you can check me out over there. Take a picture of what I did and post the previous day's picture. And then on YouTube, we try to get abbreviated versions of what I do over there. So if you're on any of those things, or you're interested in any of those things, you're curious and has never had any incentive, come on over to those pages too. Like me over there, you get a little bit of different experience on each of them. And I also, if you want me to draw you something, the way that we've kind of figured out how to do that right now is we've created a subscriber page here on Facebook, and what that basically is you will subscribe to it, and every month I randomly draw a single subject picture of one of my subscribers. So you get a chance every month, or for one person, to get a drawing, and I'll randomly pick each month. So I'll move through all the members at some point, hopefully. But it's sort of like it'll be a surprise if you get it. It's a surprise to me. But I'll mail that out to you, and so you get original artwork. And if there's any more specific things, or you need expedited shipping, then of course there'll be an additional fee. But the monthly subscription, you can get a single subject drawing if you're lucky enough to get picked, because it'll be random. And I think that should do it for today. I don't know. What do you think, guys? There's my bison. All right. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys soon. I really appreciate you guys, and see you next time. Bye.